Hello. My name is Annie, and today I will be stuffing my binders and filling in the holes in my budget with my massive tax return. If you caught my most recent upload, then you would have seen that my September budget didn't cover all that needed to be accounted for. I'm going to give a little bit of backstory as to why this tax return is so huge. I'm self-employed and I run my own business. If I take you back to this time last year, then I was in lockdown. The Delta strain was running rampant and most Sydney-siders were without a vaccine. So as such, we were subject to a 107-day lockdown. My business suffered extremely, and as such, my income for the entire year dropped by $27,000 for the whole year. Admittedly, this huge decline in my income is why I started using the envelope system in the first place. So, today's tax return is a combination of a whopping drop in my personal income year on year, some government stimulus. Australians received a low and middle income tax offset of $1,500, which is supposed to help with the cost of living. As we all know, across the world, inflation is through the roof, interest rates are on the rise, everything's just more expensive. And I also salary sacrificed, which means that I put money into my superannuation account. So my total tax return, drum roll please, was $9,774.36. Yeah, you heard, 9,000. That's crazy, isn't it? So today I'm going to do the very, very, very responsible thing, and I'm going to put 80% of this into bills and preparing for the future, because my income is currently very variable. On paper, my income is great, but as I keep saying on this channel, if it doesn't land in your bank account, then it doesn't count. So let's just get this all set up. Sorry guys, I think this might be a long video. I'd love to keep it short, but you know, I talk too much. So if you're new here, I use a combination of prop money, play money in Australian currency, and a bit of cash, primarily because I have a mortgage with an offset bank account. This means that for every dollar I keep in my bank account, I am not charged that corresponding amount of interest for my home loan. So I try to maximize every single dollar in my bank account so that I can reduce the amount I owe to the bank. So let's get to it. I will be stuffing nearly every envelope today. With my $4.36, I'm going to roll that into my digital rollover fund. At the end of last month, I also had a little bit of interest, 4 cents of interest, taking my total to $113.47. My mortgage, I'm actually not going to put anything in my mortgage. The benefit of having an offset account is it pretty much does the same thing as making an extra mortgage repayment. And to ensure my cash flow is good for the next few months, I'm going to keep this into my bank account, my savings. Superannuation is getting a whopper, is getting $2,000. So superannuation, for anyone who's not Australian, is our retirement savings. We can access this when we turn 60. So I've still got another 30 plus years to go, 30 years. So in my superannuation, I have $1,000, $2,000, $3,500. So because I'm self-employed, I have to manage my own superannuation. So I make contributions either quarterly or half yearly. My taxes. My taxes is a little bit in arrears, so I'm going to pay myself back for my September budget. I'm going to be putting in $215. So to make that happen, I'm going to take out 35 and add in 250, taking my total to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 4,250. And my taxes are due every 3 months. Utilities. Now, my cash flow problem is not so great that I can't pay my bills. I'm very, very fortunate that I'm still receiving money from my clients, and I have insured firstly to pay my bills. But I just want to make sure that everything is covered, so all of my bills will be getting extra money. So my utilities will be getting $200. Everything is going up, and I've just received word that my health insurance company will be raising their prices. So 250, 350, 450, 550, $600, $615 into bills, utilities. This covers everything from water, gas, electricity to internet and phone. My council rates will be getting $100, taking my total to $210. My strata bill will be getting also $100, taking this to $500, $600, $725. So my council rates and my strata bills all are deducted quarterly. Subscriptions will be getting a bump of $50, taking my total to $110. Medical will also be getting $50, taking my total to $100. Business expenses will be getting $100, taking me to $150. And that is my first $3,919.36 gone with, made a mistake, gone with an addition of $1,100 into my savings. So I'm going to be taking my total savings to $1,000, $2,000, $100, $200, $300, $2,300 in my savings account. So this is really so I can build up again. And now that's my first $3,919.36. That's gone. My emergency fund sits at $10,000. So the goal of this is to get this up to cover 6 months of expenses in case I can't work for some reason. This will be getting a top up in the other binder. Moving on, groceries getting nothing. My splurge, I'm going to be treating myself and giving myself $200. Taking my total here to $250, $350, $450, $550, $650, $670, $690, $695. So this covers everything from my weekly spending money to clothes, shoes, tickets, concert tickets, any potential even weekend getaways. So I've eliminated some of my envelopes because this is just going to be a catch-all spending envelope. Home and miscellaneous for all those home goods you need. It's really kind of a bill, really. This one is going to get $100. Taking my total to $150, $70, $90, $190. Electronics is a big one. I'm saving up for a television, and hopefully I can get there in time for Black Friday. So I'm going to be adding $500. I do have a specific television I want in mind, and it currently retails for more than $2,000. I'm hoping that it'll drop to $1,500, and with 2 months to go, I'm hoping that I can, maybe, let's keep our fingers crossed, add in another $500 in the next 2 months. So I'm going to fill in my tracker, which I do have available on my Etsy, but it's just something that I made for myself so that I can see the progress, because seeing this fill up makes me super happy. So I'll just speed you through this bit. And there we go. $1,000 into my electronics fund. I'm not the best at coloring, and it shows. So I'll leave that out and let it dry. Family is going to get a whopping $500. I used to live with my younger sibling, and when I left to move into my apartment, I took the stick vacuum cleaner with me. So he's been using an old vacuum now, and I want to buy him a Dyson stick vacuum when it goes on sale on Black Friday. So that's why it's going to get $500. So in total, I have $500, $600, $650, $700 in family. Beauty will be getting $100 as a bit of a treat myself splurge. 150, 70. This covers everything from makeup to toiletries. Hosting. For when I have my friends over, I like to put on a bit of a spread. It will be getting $25. Taking my total to $20, $40, $60, $65, $70. Gifts will be getting $50. It is Father's Day tomorrow, and I have to still go to the closest shopping centre, which isn't far from me, and buy him his request socks. So $150. Travel. Originally, when I started this binder system, this envelope cash stuffing system, because I use prop notes, I didn't really have any concrete plans for travel, but now my friends and I were talking about doing a either weekend getaway at the end of the year and potentially an overseas travel experience next year. So I want to kick that off and give that $500, taking my total to $600 in my travel fund. And my blog will be getting $50, taking it to $55. And that's it for this binder here. Moving on to the fun binder. This one is a new binder for me where I've put most of my savings challenges. So what I'm going to do is move that along. Oops, I don't think that's been in frame the whole time. Sorry. I'm going to be giving my bank buffer $15. I depleted this last month to fit my budget goals, and now I have to start from scratch. So I have $20, $30, $35, $40 in my bank buffer. Next, this is the big one. This is where I'm going to be delegating the majority of my tax return refund money because, as I mentioned earlier, I really want to get my emergency fund up. I'd like to get 6 months of living expenses, including my mortgage and my bills in there, just in case. I know that the last 2 years has been a really big challenge for my business, so I just want to have the biggest buffer I can in case something else comes down the line. I know no one really saw this coming, this whole pandemic coming, but who knows what else is down the line. So when I finish this savings challenge, it is a $5,050 challenge. It will be going completely to my emergency fund. So today it's going to get $3,465. So that's So that's going to leave me with $430 to go in order to finish this whole thing. I hope that I can do this in the next pay cycle, but we'll have to see. Right now, it just gives me an immense amount of comfort to know that this is here in case I need it. So, $3,465. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 50, 65. So that's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 100, 200, 300, 450, $65 going into my savings. Taking the whole thing to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, $620. That's $4,620. And that puts a lot of stress away, taking away from any potential pitfalls I might have in the next few months. My seasonal challenge, I finished the winter savings challenge, and that went into my groceries really for this last month. So I hope that in 3 months' time I can be giving this money into something a little bit more fun. But I'm behind on this, and it's going to get $40 in cash. So that's 25 on the first day, 5, 30, and 10. So $20 and $40. There are a few select categories that I do like to use cash in, but again, keeping it all in the bank is safe, and there was no way I was pulling out this amount of money in cash. So, seasonal challenge. Black Friday shopping. This is going to get $100. Now, I've put money into my splurge, so we'll see if this gets any more love before November, where I think, the end of November, right? So $100. And this savings challenge tracker was sent to me by the very lovely Caroline over at Caro Cash. I will link her Etsy store in the description below if you're interested in picking up one of these. So $100 into Black Friday. The only really 2 things I want to buy for Black Friday are my TV and a Dyson stick vacuum cleaner. So and those ones are, pretty big expenses, which I think I have accounted for today. But nevertheless, maybe some extra splurge money when the time comes. Christmas. Now, I emptied out one of the envelopes from this binder, the events binder, and I divided it up between Christmas and Lunar New Year's, Chinese New Year, because really those are the two big events of the year for me, and everything else can come out of my splurge account. So Christmas will be getting $130. Now, this is a savings challenge tracker that I've made for myself. I think it's kind of cute. I hope others do too. If you're interested in it, I have put it on my Etsy store as a download if you would like to do this along with me. But really, I just like to create these for myself because I really enjoy seeing all of the progress, when you move along. As you can all see, I'm not the best at coloring, but it still gives me a lot of joy to do so. So I'll fill this in and I'll speed you up. So that was a little harder than I expected. I'm not the best at coloring, as you can see, and I don't really have a great brown for the gingerbread man, but $130, and because I've decided that each one will be worth $10, each icon here. So it already has $20 in it, so I'm gonna take that out and I'm going to be putting in $150 into Christmas. And the last envelope getting any love today will be Lunar New Year. So this is my family's biggest celebration of the year. Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, it falls in January of next year, and it is symbolic to give your friends, your relatives, your loved ones money, cash, in the form of a red envelope. We actually call them red envelopes or red pockets. In Asia, red is a color that symbolizes fortune, luck, prosperity. And one of the very important things to do is to have a feast with your loved ones. And what is traditionally served is fish or seafood, because in Mandarin and in most Chinese-based speaking languages, the word fish is actually a homophone for the word prosperity or luck. So we eat fish and seafood galore. So this one, I hope to build up very, very quickly, because usually I put in about $350 to $400 just in food money for Lunar New Year every year. We like to go all out and get lobsters, prawns, oysters, fish, sashimi. We get it all. The reason why it is such a huge spread is because on top of everything else that has represented fortune and luck, there's this old saying that all of your leftover food will be a representation of your excess for the year, so that you will have plenty in abundance. So that's just a really important cultural celebration for us. And this one will be getting $80. So let me fill this in. Again, this is a savings challenge tracker that I've made myself. And I think I really like it with the red. I really do hope that I will be able to stuff this, but it's coming up and I left it a bit late. So it's getting $80, meaning that $20 is coming out and $100 is going back in. And so is my tracker. So that's it, guys. That's how I stuffed $9,774.36. If you've stayed all the way to the end, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye.